Alright guys, so today and for the rest of this week we're going to be treating these posts several times with Woodlife Creocoat black wood preservative above and below ground. And then to top it off, right before we bury the posts, we're going to coat from about 6 feet or about 6 inches up from the bottom to 3 feet from the bottom with roofing tar. So we're doing this in an attempt to improve the treatment of the posts, because in 2022, when you buy so-called treated lumber, it's only, it basically has no treatment whatsoever. The value of this lumber that I bought from Menards is a CCA-C 0.16, and it uses, here's a tag right here, let's see, micronized copper azole as the treatment. So this is the very minimum level of treatment that they can put in it. And one of these posts here, the longer one on the end, already has mold growing on it from the factory. Just the mold that has gotten in shipment here. You can't really see it in the sun with the contrast, but on the edge there, if I get the lighting right, there's little white powdery mold all over it. So why is there mold already growing on treated posts? Well, because, like I said, treatment in 2022 is kind of crummy quality, and these posts, without any help from me, are probably going to be rotten off in my solid clay ground in about 5 to 10 years. So I'd like to extend the lifetime of these posts to like 20 to 30 years. So what I've done here is, because these posts were soaking wet when I bought them from Menards, I'm going to let them dry in the sun for the rest of the day today, and they've already gotten significantly more dry to the touch just in the couple hours that they've been out here. And then tonight I'm going to put on a coat of this Creocoat 3 feet down. This is all the ends that are going to get buried here. And for the next like 3 days I'm going to coat them twice a day with Creocoat 3 feet down. And then right before I bury them in the hole, I'm going to put some roofing cement from 6 inches from the bottom to 3 feet. And the grade line will be about right here, about a little over 2 feet buried, I think. So anyway, I'm making this video to show you how I'm doing it. Lots of videos on YouTube talk about different methods of making your treated posts last longer. And I'm only really making this video so that I can come back to it in 10 years, maybe 5 years if it fails, maybe 20 years if it doesn't, and just remind myself of what I did to treat these posts, just as a data point for future reference from anyone trying to build a pole barn or a fence and make it last longer using the crappy treated lumber from the big box stores. And before I, start the action footage of me treating all this over the next week and whatnot, I will say that I did go out of my way and call every 84 Lumber, Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, just every lumber yard within an hour and a half of me, asked them for their ratings for the treatments, and they're all the exact same, of a CCA-C 0.15 or 0.16. I even called them a lumber treatment company that's about an hour and a half away in Indiana, and they told me that their standard is 0.16 as well, and that I have to special order for $1 gajillion to get the better ones. So, yep, that's the backstory here, and I'll show you the treatment as I do it. Alright guys, so I just started applying the first coat. They've been drying out here for about 24 hours. I covered them up. So now the surface is at least dry and can soak up this, this treatment. So anyway, because I don't want to have to flip them over and paint the bottoms with it, or like try to reach my hand under there and get, the treatment all over my arms and stuff while I'm trying to paint the bottoms, what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat them twice today. So I'm going to smear it all on really thick onto the sides and tops as much as I can reach, and then cover it up, come out again in a couple hours and do it again. And then tomorrow, which is Thursday, I'm going to coat it 3 more times during the day, everywhere I can reach. And then on Friday morning, I'm gonna flip them all over, ratchet strap them all together, and then coat them like 4 times on Friday and on the other side. That way, on Saturday, I can put them in the ground. Or Saturday, I can put the roofing tar on and put them on the ground, or put them in the ground. So let's start treating them. It's pretty simple. You just paint the stuff on. Alright guys, so it is Friday morning, or day 3 of this, and those ends have been treated 4 times total. The last time I treated them was last night, and I still see some liquid on there. So that's the first time I've taken all the covering off and it hasn't been completely dried, so I think that might have absorbed the maximum amount it can absorb. So I guess it's a good time to flip them. Alright, so that's what they look like. I'm about to go ahead and turn them all over, ratchet strap them all together, and then treat the undersides. Alright, so they're all flipped over and ratchet strapped together. And I'm happy to say that they all sit just as flat on this side of the post as they did on the other side of the post, which means they've all stayed straight for the past 3 days. And that's good. Something else that's interesting down here is that you can see the green copper naphthenate, or whatever it's called, leaching into the wood in areas where there's big drips on the bottom. So I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but the active ingredient in this stuff is, as you can see there, copper naphthenate, and it is 1% copper by weight or something. So anyway, yep, you can tell that there is definitely copper in this because of the way it's leaching. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn them. I'm going to go ahead and paint all these. All right, so there's all the posts in the back of the truck. They're all treated 4 times on all 4 sides. I just put the last treatment on in the truck on the top side there. Made sure I hit all the spots I didn't hit before, which is a very few. And I'm about to go take them to the job site, put some, what is that called, roofing tar on it, and put them in the ground. Alright guys, so I'm standing inside of a framed pole barn. The posts that I treated 4 times with the Rust-Oleum copper coat, or not copper coat, what's it called, Creo coat. They are in the ground, in their holes, as you can see, and I'm about to treat them 1 time with the blackjack roofing tar, and then I'm going to go to Lowe's for like an hour, come back, and then fill the holes in. So once again, they've been treated 4 times with the copper naphthenate Creo coat stuff, and then they're going to be treated once with the roofing tar. I'm only going to put the roofing tar on maybe like a foot below the ground to 6 inches above the ground, like I said. So yep, I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you when I'm filling the holes in. Alright, so the posts have been completely coated with the blackjack roofing tar. I don't know if you can see it at all because of how bright it is out here. But about right here on the post, I stopped, and that's just the copper treatment there. And then 6 inches from the bottom of the post inside that hole, I stopped. That way I only have roofing tar from there to about 6 inches from the bottom. So all the posts are like that. I just went crazy with it. It's probably like a 1/4 inch thick on all these. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the holes. Alright guys, so all the posts are completely buried, and dealing with all this treatment process and whatnot is all done. The only thing I have to say right now about the treatment is when I was burying these, I made sure when I was tamping down the soil I didn't hit the tamp against the side of the post as to scratch off and mar up the treatment. That way the treatment is continuous all the way around the post, all the way down to the bottom, or like I said, 6 inches from the bottom and to the bottom. I didn't want to scratch it up, that way no termites could find a spot to get in, no mold could find a spot to start growing, and you get the idea. So anyway, I guess that's the end of the video. I'll update you in 10 years. I will put an update video out and let you know how it's doing, and then Every 5 years after that, I'll do it. So today is September 26th, 2022. I want you guys to mark on your calendars September 26th, 2027, and blow up. Wait, did I say 10 years or 5 years? We'll do 5 years. 2027, September 26th. Mark that on your calendars for me and blow up my YouTube channel comments to let me know you want an update video on that date. So, I guess I'll see you in 5 years, then 10 years, then 15 and 20 years, if it lasts that long. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.